Welcome to this short video on common legal terms in English. I'm excited to guide you through some essential vocabulary that can help you navigate the often complex world of legal language. To begin with, why is it important to understand legal terms? In our modern world, law permeates nearly every aspect of life. Whether you're reading a contract, dealing with a legal issue, or simply watching a courtroom drama, legal language is everywhere. However, the specialized language often remains a barrier or a mystery to non-lawyers. By understanding key legal terms, you can understand documents and conversations effectively, reduce the risk of misunderstandings, and ensure that you're well informed in legal contexts. In this video, I'll start by defining what legal terms are. Then I'll dive into a selection of key terms that you are likely to encounter in daily life. For each term, I'll provide a clear definition and a practical example. I'll conclude with a short scenario to show how these terms might appear in real life. Let's get started. Legal terms are specific words and phrases that are used within the field of law to describe processes, actions, rights, and obligations. These terms are part of the specialized vocabulary that ensures precision and clarity in legal documents and discussions. Unlike everyday language, legal terms have particular meanings and implications in legal context, which can significantly impact how laws are interpreted and enforced. 10 legal terms, which are applicable in both the USA and UK legal systems, have been selected based on their frequency of use, importance in both everyday legal contexts and common legal scenarios, and relevance to individuals without a legal background. Plaintiff or claimant. The plaintiff, known as the claimant in the UK, is the person or business that brings a case against another in a court of law. For instance, in a personal injury case, the injured party is the plaintiff or claimant that seeks compensation. Defendant. A defendant is an individual, company, or institution being sued or accused in a court of law. In a civil case, the defendant is the party against whom the plaintiff or claimant brings suit. In the criminal case, the defendant is the person accused of the crime. Tort. A tort is a wrongful act leading to legal liability, excluding breach of contract. Common examples include negligence and defamation. For instance, if someone is injured due to another's negligence, they may file a tort claim for damages. Litigation. Litigation refers to the process of taking legal action through the courts. This term encompasses all the procedures involved in a lawsuit, from filing the initial complaints to the final judgment. For example, a company might engage in business litigation over a disputed contract. Subpoena. A subpoena is a legal document that orders someone to attend a court proceeding, either to testify as a witness or produce evidence. For example, a witness in a criminal trial might receive a subpoena to appear in court and provide testimony. Affidavit. An affidavit is a written statement confirmed by oath or affirmation, which is used as evidence in court. It must be sworn before a person authorized to administer oaths, such as a notary public. For instance, an affidavit might be submitted in a family court case to support a claim. Breach of contract. This occurred when one party fails to fulfill their obligations under a contract. This can lead to legal action to enforce the contract or seek damages. For example, if a contractor fails to complete a project as agreed, the client may sue for breach of contract. Injunction. It is a court order that requires a person to do or cease doing a specific action. It is often used to prevent harm or preserve the status quo during litigation. For example, a court may issue an injunction to stop a company from using a disputed trademark until the case is resolved. Settlement. A settlement is an official agreement intended to resolve a dispute or conflict without continuing to trial. parties often reach settlements to avoid the cost and uncertainties of litigation. For instance, two companies might settle a patent dispute out of court. Appeal. An appeal is a request made to a higher court to review and change the decision of a lower court. This is a critical part of the legal process that ensures fairness and accuracy in the judicial system. For instance, if a party believes a trial court made a legal error, they can file an appeal to have the decision reviewed. Now imagine a scenario where a small business owner, Sarah, signs a contract with a contractor, John, to renovate her office space. Unfortunately, John fails to complete the work on time and to the agreed standard, which prompts Sarah to take legal action. Sarah becomes the plaintiff or the claimant who initiates a lawsuit against John for breach of contract. She claims that John didn't fulfill his contractual obligations. John, as the defendant, is being sued for allegedly failing to meet the terms of the agreement. The core of Sarah's lawsuit is the breach of contract. Additionally, if Sarah's office suffered damage due to John's negligence, she might also include a tort claim for additional compensation. The process of resolving these disputes through the court is called litigation. Both parties present their evidence and arguments in front of a judge. During litigation, Sarah's lawyer might issue a subpoena to a witness, such as another contractor who inspected the unfinished work, to testify about its quality. Sarah might also provide affidavits detailing her interactions with John and the payments made as evidence in court. To prevent further damage or delay, Sarah could request an injunction from the court which orders John to stop any ongoing work until the case is resolved. Before the case goes to trial, both parties might negotiate a settlement. John might agree to pay Sarah a certain amount to cover the cost of hiring a new contractor, thereby avoiding the uncertainties and expenses of a full trial. If the court rules in favor of Sarah, John might decide to file an appeal, seeking a higher court's review of the decision in hopes of overturning the ruling.